I'm ready if you are. Let's find the roots of this one. What do you want to do first? You want to graph it? Sure, why not? Good strategy. Let's see what we're up against. There it is. Ah, there we go. -3, +3. That's it. We're done. Oh wait, we have to find 4 solutions. Man. Okay. So we have 2. We don't know where the other 2 are. Now don't panic because they're not showing up. They might be complex solutions, or we might have some level of multiplicity here. So let's just start with what we have. -3 and +3. And we are going to go ahead with the green pen and write down our final answer. Should be 4 things. And so far we have positive and -3. You can put them like that. And there may be some other things, or maybe each one is a multiplicity of 2. Might be that situation. So let's find out. Why don't we, I don't know, why don't we? Why don't we divide the 3 out and then divide the -3 out? It doesn't matter what order you do that in, but I'm going to divide out the -3 from this. So, -2, 162. Oh, no, no, no. -2x to the 4th, 0x to the 3rd, 0x to the 2nd, 0x, 162. There we go. We're going to bring down that -2, multiply, put it there, add, multiply, put it there, add, multiply, 54. My goodness, not 56, 54. This better be is -162. You multiply those, you're going to get -162. Absolutely. Because -3 was a root, we divide that out, we get 0. I said we divide the 3 first. Divided the -3 first instead. Okay, let's now divide out the +3. And I'm going to just do it this way. It's starting to look like the modified synthetic division that you've learned. But instead of writing it all out and just starting it all over, just go with what you have. You're going to have a 0 here as well. You better, because it's a root. Bring down your -2. 3 goes into -2, -6. Add those, you get 0. 3 times 0. I said 3 goes into -2, -6. 3 times -2 is -6. Sorry, said the wrong thing. 3 times 0 is 0. We have a -18 here. 3 times -18 is -54. Sure enough, that works. So what we're up against at this point is, not that we're up against it, we're in favor of it. We're going to have -2x squared plus 0x minus 18. And we have to set that equal to 0 to solve it. So let's do. We're going to set it equal to 0 and solve it. And when we do, this is what we're staring at. Okay, so we could use the quadratic formula, and that totally works. You can use the quadratic formula where b equals 0, because you have 0x. There's a, b, c, staring you in the face. However, it's probably going to be easier if we just move some things. So -2x squared equals 18. We're going to divide by -2. And x squared equals -9. Okay, good. Good to know. Now, we'll square root. When you square root a negative, now you're dabbling with complex numbers. So 3, square root of 9 is 3, but it is 3i, and it is plus or minus. We just now found our other 2 roots, and because they are complex, also inappropriately called imaginary, well, incorrectly called imaginary. I hate that name. That is the correct mathematical word, but yeah, anyway, they exist. Anyway, don't get me started on that. Plus or minus 3i. Those are our other 2 solutions, and because they are imaginary, they did not show up on the x-axis. So we're going to go up there, put them in green, and then we might talk about some other strategies for finding them. So plus or minus 3i, and there we go. Let's go back to the beginning for a second. If you're looking at this saying, I wonder if there were other ways I could have solved this. Yeah, there are. There are. Ask me to tell you. Ask me to tell you. I'll tell you. Okay, you talked me into it. Let's switch to blue for a second. And I'm going to just do a little bit of work up here if you want to go about it a different way, as if we didn't even have the capacity to graph it. Two equals 0. First of all, everything is divisible by 2. Divide it all by -2. We'll have x to the 4th minus 81 equals 0. That's the difference of 2 squares. That would be x squared plus 9 and x squared minus 9. The x squared minus 9 becomes x plus 3 and x minus 3. And this can stay the way it is. If you want to factor it, it becomes x plus 3i and x minus 3i. It's a little tricky, so we're not really going to go there. But you could do this and solve each one of these, and you'll get all those solutions right there.